Hey yo everyone, RG here and welcome back to a brand new Sims 4 speed build on the channel. Welcome my friends, hope you're all doing amazing. And today we're gonna do some sort of a tribute for one of the, I think currently it's one of the most hyped game, many people playing it. I know many people in the community, in the Sims community, actually playing this game. It's a really nice one. It's the Disney Dreamlight Valley game. Now if you press this thumbnail, there's a good chance that you already know what this game is and why people are so excited for it. But if you're not aware, so let me just brief you lightly. This is basically a life simulation adventure video game with the Disney characters are scattering in the map, and you're supposed to help them. And I don't want to spoil you the story, so I'm not gonna let you know exactly what the story is all about. So if you want to check it, just go and check for Disney Dreamlight Valley game, and many people in the Sims community playing this game. And I said why not to do some sort of a tribute for that game in the Sims 4 game, because they're kinda the same, not the same, you know what I mean? We do have like the aspect of building in the Dreamlight Valley game, not like we have in The Sims. In The Sims it's a bit more focused, the game itself is focused a bit more on building, and over there it's a bit more around the story and farming. We all farm pumpkins over there. For I think I saw like a survey on the Dreamlight Valley page on Twitter. They like asking the community how many pumpkins you guys think the community harvested from the beginning, and it reached like 400 million or billion, I don't remember exactly the name, but it was a big number. Anyway, I'm not really playing the game, however my wife is a huge fan of this game. I bought it for her as a present because I said she's a huge fan of Disney, and she basically can tell you the whole story of all the movies of Disney's. She remembers basically anything, and I bought it for her as a present because I figured she probably gonna like it, and I was right. She became addicted and she's already finished, I believe, all the stories that currently in the game, currently open for you to check. So yeah, right now she's just waiting for the December 6th when they will drop the next expansion, which is supposed to be Toy Story, I believe, if I remember right. It's Toy Story coming to the Dreamlight Valley, basically to your valley. That's the whole thing over there. So again, I don't want to spoil you the whole story about this game. And by the way, this is not sponsored, just for you to know. And Disney, if you want to work together, give me a call. Anyway, so yeah, I figured why not to bring one of the iconic thing from that game, and in general in the the Disney world, to bring the castle. That castle over there, I think it's the castle from their intros in any of their movies. So here we are, and this is my attempt to try and create that iconic castle. Now I gotta be honest with you, it wasn't easy. I was trying to figure this out and to see how to do it, and the big problem that I had here was the fact that we can't really see 360 degrees around the castle, even in the game. We don't have that view. I had to be very creative in order to take some, to snap some screenshots of the castle in order to create some sort of a image in my head so I can try and make it in the game. And we do have a big problem, which is the lack of gold things in the game. And I had to use the tool mod in this build quite a lot in order to create those decorative things from gold, and I worked a lot with the tool mod over here, and you could see that I just placed some columns. Those are basically one that I made. They are custom made, and I think I used them in one of my previous builds. I'm not quite sure which one, so I do apologize for that. But basically they are made from poles or other columns that I rotated them a lot in order to give those tiny bumps around the column. And yeah, so I had to create that and from scratch basically, but in the game. But then I saved it as a room, and then I could, I did what I did over here. I just dragged it and placed it in this build. But yeah, it was a tricky one to build this one because we don't have a lot of things in the Sims 4 game that kinda usable in order to build something like this. Now, yes, I could have built those towers around the main circles to be non-functional or not made from rooms, like those rounded rooms. I could have gone with something else, just use some debug items that kind of look like towers. We do have many of those in the game, but I decided I want to try to give it a bit more like volume, let's call it, and use those rounded walls in order to create those towers. Now, I had to play with foundations and heights in order to create that big tower at the back because it is the one that is most visible, and there are a lot of height differences in the tower itself, not the tower, the castle itself. And I gotta tell you again, do you remember I told you I had to take a few pictures of the castle all around, and it was kind of tricky for me even to get those. I had to go to the different biomes in the game and open the building mode that gives you basically a free like 3 look around the valley, and I had to pan and zoom and move the camera around in order to find the best angle to capture and do a screenshot. So then I will be able to take all those screenshots all together, place them on my second monitor and try to mimic it in the Sims 4 game. It was quite a challenging thing, I gotta tell you, it was quite a challenging thing, and I do hope that you're gonna enjoy this build. Now, this is in the game, in the Sims 4 game, it's gonna be a park, and I built it in like a 50 by 50 lot in Willow Creek. This is the only 50 by 50 lot, and if you are curious, yes, I highly recommend for you to place it over here only, because I kinda built it to be most suitable for this location, for this lot. And right now it's actually those thrones, those purple thrones from the game that I knew the moment I thought about the idea of bringing that castle into the game, into the Sims 4 game. I knew exactly where they are, where to get those thrones, and only those who play the game know exactly what those thrones are, and I don't want to spoil the idea of the story of those thrones. So if you want to know why there are thrones spreading across or around the castle, you need to play that game. Now, this is the entrance. Right now you can see that I'm creating it, and I use that debug bridge. I am not quite sure what pack that debug bridge is. However, after I finished creating the castle and I wanted to play tested it, it kind of blocked the Sims. The Sims could not go through that bridge, so I had to wing it and do some changes. You know that I do that every time. All my builds are usable, so I had to do those small tweaks and changes in order to make sure that you can play this. But where was I? Oh, so we are on a 50 by 50 50 by 50 lot in Willow Creek, and heads up, I've got to tell you that there is no public restroom in this lot. There is the bush that you can go to, number one. You can fertilize it. That thing, you have it. However, this lot is actually located in front of 2 public restrooms. So I don't see any good reason to spend some space in this lot in order to create a restroom. So we don't have restroom. I think that by now you know that I don't love showing you, I don't like showing you restroom building or designing, because I don't find them interesting. And in some of my builds, because I do a lot of community builds, many of those builds I actually build them in specific location or a specific lot, and I intended, like, at least in my mind, in my head, I want you to place them in those exact locations. So if I don't include like a restroom, that's because there's probably a public restroom near the design, near the lot that I just shared with you. So there are 2 of them across the street in front of this build, okay, in this like specific location. So you don't need to worry about that. And if you really need to go to fertilize a bush, you have one outside. I think this is my thing, not, you know, creating restrooms in my builds. I need to do that as my thing. It's my thing only. Anyway, right now you can see me creating the exterior. This is more like a picnic zone and a chilling area. And because in order for this to be a park, you need to have a chess table. I don't know why they decided that in parks we need to have chess tables, but I said why not? It cannot harm, you know. And so this is the area. You're gonna have a lovely fountain over here. You're gonna have some swings over here. You're gonna have that big this one, that colorful thing. How do you call that? Like a pool of balls? I don't know. You're gonna have that for your kids to play. So basically, this actually gonna feel like a big park. So you can bring your Sims over here to get some inspiration, to get their logic skill up, or maybe just to bring the kids over here to let them blow some steam and have some fun. Now we got inside the build itself, and this is where it's becoming a bit more interesting, at least in my opinion. Okay. The exterior design, I think it's really nice, but the inside is a bit more unique, I think, because I couldn't really do the thing that we have in-game. In-game, in the castle, you basically have a lot of doors over there. It's a like 3 or 4 story high castle with a lot of doors. Those doors basically supposed to be the entrance point for new characters when they will release brand new expansions. Every time there's a new expansion, you're basically gonna need to go over there, open a door, and from that door, through that door, that characters will come to your village. And I couldn't really do that over here because those who are, building in the Sims game, that we don't really have real life ratio and dimensions. Basically, if I wanted to create that castle to look like the castle from the game, the interior cannot be that big as it is presented in that game. Okay, because this is basically real life, or in The Sims it's a bit more realistic than a Disney movie or a Disney castle. So I couldn't really do that as a 3-story high castle that kind of look like the exterior look like the castle from the game, and the inside will look like the interior from the game. It just cannot really happen. So what I decided to do is actually to do some references for the Disney movies. So right now you can see me creating some sort of, let's call them booths, and in those booths you have Disney movies, tributes, references, I don't know, setups. Do let me know how many of them you can recognize. So leave a comment with all the movies that you can find or spot in those booths in the comment section down below. I'm really curious to know if I managed to basically give you the vibe from those movies, or to some sort of set them up in those booths in a way that you managed to figure them out. Now I gotta tell you that I really love the interior, and the way I basically build it, it might also be a museum in the game. Now I do believe that if you want to change that lot type into a museum, you might need to add a bit more items. I think you're gonna need to add the painting stand and maybe other things. I'm not quite I don't remember all the items that you need in order to call your lot as a museum, but it definitely can feel like a museum. So if you are into it, more than welcome to do that. Just do me a favor, don't re-upload it to the gallery as a museum. Don't do that, okay? Just save it for yourself, enjoy it as you like. So yeah, so this is what I had in mind in order to do some sort of a tribute to that game. And right now I gotta ask you, people, by the way, those who are playing the game right now, what is your current situation? How many money do you have? Because I'm really curious to know and try to compare that, for an example, for my wife's game, and to see where she is. I think she's over 100,000 Dream Life shards, I think that's called, right? And over 3.5 million gold. She made a lot of money planting and harvesting you know, those pumpkins. I do hope that they will add a bit more you know, items to play with at the next update. And I'm not talking about items, I'm talking actually about brand new crops to grow, and you know, just to have something a bit more different than what people did until this point, because at the end it's no different than The Sims. You know, every time The Sims bringing us brand new games, brand new expansion kits, they need, or at least we want them to add something to the game to spice the gameplay, you know what I mean? So I do hope that they will do that in the Dreamlight Valley game, so you all gonna enjoy it. Now I gotta tell you, if we are talking about The Sims and expansion and stuff like that, then I'm not quite sure what's going on. I think that something big is about to drop, not to drop on us, but maybe announcement, or maybe a bit more Project Renee release or sneak peek, something like that, because right now The Sims is they're a bit quiet. So I think something new is about to come soon. What do you think? Do you think we're gonna get something soon, some new information, some new news? Do let me know in the comment section and down below. Also, do let me know what you think about this build, and again, do let me know if you managed to figure all the you know, Disney movies that I placed over here in those booths. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification button so you won't miss my future build. As you can see, I'm making community builds, and I try to spice your game a bit more with something a bit different. So make sure to do that, and I will highly appreciate it if you hit the like button and share this video with your friends. And the tour is about to start, so I will stop talking and let you enjoy the cinematics. So this build is at the gallery for you to download and enjoy, and until the next time, keep that Teams party going for me, enjoy the tour, and I'll see you again next time. RG out!
Whenever I'm with you, I am alright. There's something about the way you make me feel inside. I'm counting down the days till we fly away, heading to the sun, only you and me. Don't wanna waste another day being stuck here in this place. No, wanna hold your hand in mine, watch the sunset in your eyes. Baby, I want us to act like we are 22 right now. Just let go, lose control, play songs on the radio too loud.